Hello all. Let us discuss about long wall and short wall, a method of estimation. So here estimate is the method for finding out the quantity of various construction item and the material which are used in construction work. And there are two types of method of estimation. One is centerline method, another one long wall and short wall method. In long wall and short wall method, for measuring the long wall and short wall, the external out to out length of wall running in the longitudinal direction generally considered as a long wall, while the in to in internal length of walls running in the transverse direction is called as short wall or cross walls. In long wall and short wall method, it's very simple and accurate. It may be noted that the wall which is taken first is to be treated as long wall, through its length may be lesser, and the other will be treated as short wall. The length which is taken as a long wall and another wall which is perpendicular to the long wall, that wall is considered as short wall. Once you get the actual length of long wall as well as short wall, then you can multiply the length into breadth and height of the wall, then you will get the quantity. Dear students, let us see how to calculate the actual length of a long wall. It's very simple. To calculate the actual length of long wall, you need to add one breadth of the item of work. So that is center to center length of wall plus one breadth, then you will get the length of long wall. Similarly, to determine the length of short wall, you just deduct one breadth of item of work, then you will get the length of short wall, and that is center to center length minus one breadth of that item of work. And one thing you just keep it in mind that, dear students, that is the length of the long wall usually decreases from earthwork to brickwork, and the length of the short wall is increased. Let us solve one problem. That a problem is given is like this: estimate the quantities for the following items of work for a single room building. The given item of work is earthwork excavation, PCC bed concrete 1:4:8, SSM in cm 1:6, burned brick masonry in cm 1:6. The given plan is like this. The plan or the wall width is 0.30 and the inner dimension is 4 meter by 5 meter, and also sectional details are given here. Let us calculate the center to center length of long wall. So before that, in a given plan, just identify the which wall you are going to consider as a long wall. Now if the horizontal wall, if you want to take it as a long wall, the wall which is perpendicular to this wall, that is we are going to consider as a short wall. So now let us calculate the center to center distance between the long wall. Now center to center length of the long wall, that is like this. So now this is what the wall. Now center, here wall thickness is 0.3. Now 0.30 by 2 plus the inner dimension, that is 5, plus the center of this wall, that is 0.3 by 2. The length of the long wall is 0.3 by 2 plus 5 plus 0.3 by 2, that is equal to 5.30 meter. And length of the short wall, that is center to center of this wall, is 0.3 by 2 plus 4 plus 0.3 by 2. Now that is equal to 4.30 meter. So after finding out the length of the long wall and short wall, now find the quantity of the various items of work which are used in construction site. So before that, you should prepare one standard measurement form. In that format, you should prepare in a columns for serial number, item description or particulars, and the number, length, breadth, height or depth, then quantity, and then another one more is remark or note. So here given item of works are, let us consider first one. Number one, earthwork excavation in foundation. So here we have two types of wall. One is long wall, another one is short wall. So let us calculate separately for long wall and the short wall. Now long wall, there are two number of long wall. There are two number of long wall. One is 5.30 meter and this long wall, and another one is this one, and the short wall, there are two number of short wall, just keep it in mind. Now, so in a remark column you need to calculate the actual length. Okay, actual length. So that actual length L is equal to 5.30. This is the calculated center to center length of long wall plus 1 width of that item of work. So now 5.30 plus 0.90. Now we are carrying for earthwork excavation. The width of the earthwork excavation is 0.90, that is equal to 6.20. That's why in the length column we have substituted 6.20 and the width remains 0.90. And if you check the section, the depth below the ground level, that is 0.90 meter, you will get the quantity is 10.04 meter cube for long wall. And there are other two more short wall is there. That short wall, again it is 2 number, and how you will calculate this actual length? Again, calculated center to center length of short wall is 4.30 minus 0.90, that is equal to 3.40 meter. Now substitute this 3.40 meter in a length column, and then breadth is 0.9 and a height or depth is also 0.9. The total quantity is 5.51 meter cube. So now if you add this long wall quantity and the short wall quantity, you will get the total quantity of earthwork excavation in foundation for given plan, that is 15.55 cubic meter. So if you know the rate, then you can multiply the rate to this quantity. You will get the cost of item of work, that is earthwork excavation is that much or this much cost, you can say. Let us go for another item of work, that is concrete in foundation. Again, long wall there are 2 numbers, short wall there are 2 numbers. Again length remains same, that is 6.20. The actual length you can calculate like this, 5.30 plus 0.9 is equal to 6.20. Again that length 6.20, width is 0.9, and depth you just check in a section, given section, that is 0.30. And again if you multiply these things, you will get 3.35 meter cube. And short wall length again 4.30 minus 0.9, that is 3.40 meter, and the depth is 0.3, you will get 1.84. So if you add both the quantities, you will get the total quantity of concrete in a foundation, or we can say that CC, cement concrete or plain cement concrete for bed of foundation, that is 5.18 meter cube. Let us go for another one more item of work, that is a brick work in a foundation as well as plinth. So there are 2 number of walls or footing, that is below the ground level. One is first footing, another one second footing, and above the ground level there one more wall called as plinth wall or basement, that is also constructed by using brick work. Hence we are considering together all this type of work. One is first footing, second footing, and the plinth wall. So all that well we have two numbers. And how will you calculate the actual length? Again the calculated center to center length of long wall is 5.30 plus width of the first footing, that is 0.60, that is equal to 5.90. I substituted here, that is 5.90 meter. And in case of second footing, the width of the item of work is 0.5, so 5.3 plus 0.5, that is 5.80. In case of basement or plinth, the actual length is center to center length of that basement is, or that long wall is 5.30, and width of that basement or plinth is 0.4, so you will get 5.70. Now all these values substitute in the length column, that is 5.90, 5.80, 5.70. And note down the width of item of work. For first footing 0.6, second footing 0.5, and the plinth or basement is 0.4. See the depth in a section, there is 0.3, 0.3, 0.6 given, and don't go for adding or the total of this quantity, because we have again 6 more short walls, that is for first footing, second footing, and the plinth wall. Again that is all that walls are 2 numbers. And how we will calculate this actual length? By deducting the width of that item of respective item of work, that is for first footing, and that actual or originally we calculated 4.30 minus the width of the item of work, that is 0.6, then you will get the 3.70 meter that you substitute in the length column. Once you calculate all the quantities like a first footing, second footing and the plinth of long wall as well as short wall, then you make it total of that both long wall as well as short wall, that you will get it the total quantity of brickwork in foundation as well as plinth, that is 10.94 cubic meter for given plan. One more quantity of item of work is remaining, we need to determine, that is brickwork in superstructure. Again there are two number of walls, there are two types of wall, one is long wall, other one is short wall. Long walls there are two numbers, short wall there are two numbers, and you need to calculate actual length. The original length we have 5.30 plus width of item of work for brickwork, that is 0.3. Now total length or the actual length becomes 5.60, that I substituted in the length column, and the breadth is given 0.3 and the height of that wall is 3.50 meter given in a section. So if you multiply this you will get 11.76 meter cube. And the short wall, again that two number, the original length is 4.3 minus width of item of work, there is a width of brickwork is 0.3, and now 4.3 minus 0.3 you will get 4.00, and the breadth column you can substitute the value 0.3 and depth column 3.50, again you will get the quantity 8.40 meter cube. After that you just add both the quantity, that is 11.76 and 8.40, you will get 20.16 cubic meter. Like this you can calculate the quantities of various item of work such as earthwork excavation, earthwork infilling, foundation bed concrete, size stone masonry, plinth concrete, RCC slab, RCC lintel, or even size stone masonry or laterite stone masonry. All the quantities we can determine by using a long wall and short wall method. I said this method is simple and accurate, but just you need to keep it in mind that the concept of how to use or how to calculating the quantities. Once you get the actual length of that long wall or original length of long wall and the short wall, then you need to add the width of item of respective item of work to the long wall and deduct the width of item of respective item of work to the short wall. You will get the actual length. Once you get the actual length, then you multiply the breadth and the height, you will get the quantity. And then the length of long wall is found out by adding one breadth of the footing to center length of that footing. The length of short wall is found out by subtracting one breadth of the footing to the center length of that footing. In case of centerline method, we are calculating the total centerline length and then multiplying the breadth and depth of respective item to get the total quantity at a time. But here we are separating as a long wall and the short wall. Then you are adding the width of respective item of work to the long wall and deducting the width of item of work from the short wall. Then you will get, or then after that you multiply the breadth and the depth of item of work, then you will get the total quantity of that respective item of work.